Alright, so we're looking at the first fretboard here, and it's a continuous fretboard, and the blue notes are a diminished seventh, and I'm looking at it in the key of C, but it could be any key. That's why you don't see letters there. You don't see hard fret nuts there. You only see shapes, because these shapes work. The cage system works in any key. So the first box is as big as it is because we have a D-shaped root, a G-shaped 4, and an A-shaped 5. So starting from 2, which would be the D, it'd be the G-shape and the A-shape. Right? And that's what those three are. But if you take every single root, third, or fifth, okay, and you drop it down one scale degree, that means you would do a whole note if a whole note's indicated in that scale, or you would do a half note if it's a one half note lower. So now going to the left, all of these blue notes take on the quality of a half diminished seventh, okay, or a Dorian with a seventh added, okay. So that's why that is the D minor Dorian with the seventh added. But actually, no, the D minor isn't necessarily the Dorian there, but it is. Let's look at it this way. D-shaped root going up a pentatonic scale will give you an E minor shaped Dorian. Okay, so here's your D shape. Your E minor shaped Dorian would be 6-2-4 right there. Second inversion Dorian. Okay, but in addition, what we've got here is a D minor shaped seventh. If you look, here's a D major shape, 5 root 3, okay, second inversion. If you lower those three tones, you get 4, 7, 2. But it says diminished fifth, so in other words, that's the diminished fifth. If we raise that one up, what do we got here? What do we got there? We have a D minor shape. So here's a D minor shaped. There's your D minor. D minor shaped, but it's this guy here. See, it's really the -5 is this guy. Here's the D minor shaped seventh. All right. So remember, when you're playing a normal D minor, the second is the root of that chord. It's second inversion. So that's why this maps this out as that D minor there. D minor diminished fifth. I'm also going to look at it another way to show you that, and that maybe I should like peek ahead a little bit here, that there's a D minor right there, you see. Now, are we looking at the same D minor is the question. 7, 4, 2, okay. Come down here, we've got, I can't even find the 7. 7, 4, 2, 7, I got 7, 4, 2. It's nowhere around. I don't even see it. Okay, so that's why I'm saying we got to be careful. It's over in the D box. Okay, so here's your 7, 4, 2, and like I said, it becomes an E minor. That's why, you know, that's why I didn't want to come down here, but it's down to this fretboard down here, which is done purely by inversions. But it's pretty much, remember, we saw it's mapped out the same, you know, the same way. So root somewhere right real close up here, root right real close up there. roots right there. You know, they're more or less in line together. So this is a different way to look at it, but it's almost the same. When you want to substitute a minor diminished seventh, or when you want to you know, extrapolate or discombobulate or find a minor, let's look at that D here. You're just going to play a minor shape, which would be like a B minor. I hate to do this because this is a B minor. And you hear that F sharp, but that's not what we want to play. We want to play this arrow shaped thing here. Okay. All right. So that's what it is. You do this D minor. So from D, from the root, take the same shape and drop it down a half step, and then you got to drop the, you know, the 5. It's got to drop down to the 4, not to the sharp. And the 3 drops all the way down a whole step. So you got 2 whole step drops and a half step from that triad. So that's all this is saying. It's just that yesterday I saw that, you know, going through and assigning the E minor there, you're going, you know, I'm like going, okay, you got this D minor here, and that's the major of E minor, and then if I take the E minor and I go up, down one more minor, you know, and going in circles, but really it's the same thing. D, D. So let's look over here in the G box. Sorry, I didn't need to get it. Anyway, the G box. So this is the G box. 6, 7, 2, 3, 5, 6, root 2, 3, 5, 6, root. Right? That's our G box. G it's a G-shaped C that I'm playing. Okay? G-shaped C in that G box. Remember, it's just shapes. These are just shapes. They're not, those letters are just shapes. They apply to any key. You know, that would work just as well if it was. You know, for whatever that is, a G-shaped B. So the rule is you just go from the root, you're going to go down a half step there. Okay, you're going to play a G minor from there. Now this is why the cage is this big. It's as big as the pink. It's as big as the pink. It's as big as you think. Let's get some line width, and let's mark out. Let's mark out. Oh, it's hot in here. It's getting hot in here. So, I mean, it was like 75 today out, but I still did my charting all day. Here's the G box. So the normal G chord, G notes are like, you know, the normal G triad is here, right? The half diminished G, the G minor half diminished, I'm going to put it in something. I'll put it in some color, is right here. Okay, root goes to 7, 3 goes to 2. This is G minor. Now remember, a minor is a minor third to a major third. Remember, when you go to that minor third, you got a longer way to get up to the 5th. But we're not going all the way up to that 5th because it's a diminished. It's a minor on a minor.